You know what? I see what y'all women be doing out here. Y'all be out here getting these men in love with y'all, falling in infatuation with y'all. Y'all use y'all little tricks of the mind. There's things that women do, that a lot of women do, I ain't gonna say all, that will give men the wrong impression. Have y'all ever been in that situation where you are around a fella, coworker, a friend, and then one day he came on to you and you're like, whoa, Nelly, whoa, buddy, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, well, I thought you liked me. And then you're like, no, you got the wrong impression. You know what? But there's a reason for that. You know what? There's not just one reason for that. I'm gonna give you 4 reasons and 4 things that women do that give men the wrong impression. And I'm not blaming y'all, but if you're not aware of these things, and a lot of women aren't, I'm gonna try to put y'all on real quick because this needs to be talked about, all right? So before I start, make sure you follow me. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Let's talk about this. You can follow me, Sealz the Man, on all social media. I will be there, and let's get into it. So like I was saying, there's situations where, you know, women get the wrong or give the wrong impressions to men, and they wonder why. Like, why would he ever think that I liked him, or what gave him the cause, the audacity, right? So this is the first thing I want women to understand that may give the wrong impression to men, and that is flirting. Now, I know there's a lot of flirtatious women out there. I have female cousins that are flirtatious in personality, in aura, you know, but they don't want nobody. That's just who they are. But if you are purposely flirtatious with a guy and you expect him to not fall for it if you're that good at it, then you are living in the la la land. Ladies, men are not that complicated. We are hunters. So if we see that there's a food for our survival, for our souls, if we see that there is something that is attractive and wants us back, so it's not just them wanting you or me wanting you, it's you're giving me the vibes that you want me back too. 9 times out of 10, don't get attached to my percentages because I'm just most times men are going to latch on to that. If you're giving me the vibes that you like me, because it shouldn't be that complicated to feel that, right? If you're flirting with me, that is a big sign that you like me or that you want me. But that gets a lot of men confused because, like I said earlier, there are a lot of flirtatious women just in character. They're not trying to have an end goal. That's just who they are. But that is one thing that confuses a lot of men and gives them the wrong impression. So don't be surprised if you have a very flirtatious personality and you just find yourself with men who just keep latching on to you and you keep wondering why, like, why? I don't even want them. That is why, all right? So the second thing that women do that can give men the wrong impression is a step up from flirting, which is touching. Now let me give you a prime example of how women touch, but don't mean nothing a lot of times, but how touch can confuse a guy and make him think that you want him. You so funny. You so boy, you crazy. I can't stand you. Yo, you over here squeezing my biceps, smacking and rubbing down my chest to my abdomen, doing all this just laughing, making me seem like I'm funny. This a whole combination of just, it's almost like an affection bomb. So you're making me feel strong. You're making me feel like I'm funny. Doing all this touching. And what do you expect for a lot of these men to think after doing that? I just want y'all to think about it. Your guy Sealz the Man is here to make y'all think from a man's point of view, right? Because y'all not gonna hear this a lot. I'm here to let y'all know what and how we think and why we think the way we do. If you're doing all this, you know, what do you think a lot of men are going to think? I mean, let's just be honest. Let's just be real. 1 + 1 = 2. Come on. That makes us feel good. That makes us think that you want us. You know? This is also dangerous too because like kind of like the first one, a lot of women do this and not realize what they're doing. A lot of women do this and just think it's like a reaction for them. They're not intentionally doing this to get you or drag you in or lead you on. They're honestly just cracking up. And you know, when you laugh and you crack up and you're having a good time, your body reacts in certain ways, but you're not thinking about that movement or that reaction. You're just having a good time. When a woman touches a man, that does things. Yeah, that does things. But it's also dangerous too, because a lot of these women are married and in relationships, and I want y'all to be careful out there with doing the whole touching and you crazy and sliding of the hair from the delts to the pecs. Y'all gotta be cognizant of these things, all right? Be aware, all right? So the next thing that women do that gives the wrong impression of men is sharing what they would do with them. What do you mean by that, Sealz? You see, there's certain things that should be exclusive to your relationship, especially verbal things. There's certain things that you should only say to your man, your boyfriend, your husband, whatever, right? But a lot of women out there, especially best friends at work or work husbands, they will express things that should only be expressed to their loved one, but they will say it to these other guys. Once again, probably not being intentional with it, and they're just talking, because you never know what intentions or what that man thinks about you already. Just because you think a certain way doesn't mean that man is thinking the same exact way. It could be totally opposite. You could be thinking like, oh, he's just a coworker, but in his mind, he's thinking, yo, I want this woman. But so when you add in this, that would just make it so much more complicated. None of us want that energy. Be careful about saying things like that. And like I said, you probably have no intentions or anything behind this, or you could be joking or just, you know, talking just to talk. But be careful, because you never know what the other guy's thinking. You feel me? And the last point I want to give y'all, it kind of piggybacks off the last one, the third point, is sharing things about your relationship, especially if it's going bad, especially if it's going the wrong way. Sharing secrets, basically pillow talking, but outside of the house. Do not do these things, because they give the wrong impression to men. Because a man is sitting here thinking like, yo, okay, I know you're in a relationship, or I know you're married. I thought you really liked this guy, but you're sitting here telling me intimate things, exclusive things I shouldn't know. What is your reason for telling me? And you could be just saying it to him just to have someone to vent to, or have someone to talk to about this, you know, about your problems in your relationship. But on his end, he could be thinking like, oh, she's telling me because she wants me to fill his void. That's an example. Or, oh, she's telling me because she's trying to give me the sign that she's ending her relationship, and she's trying to let me know on a slide. There are so many things that men can think when you tell them these type of things that should be kept at home or in your relationship. And I understand, trust me, I understand a lot of you think that, you know, this guy might be great and he would never tell your secrets, or he's just a great person to talk to, or y'all been working together, or y'all known each other for so long, like, why not? But that is not the point. You have to be careful what you put out there, especially if it's inside your home, to certain men, because once again, you do not know what they already feel about you, especially if you've known them for a long time. Because the longer you know a woman, the more you fall in love with her, you know? Or should I say, the greater chance that a man can fall in love with you the longer he knows you. So I hope y'all enjoyed my video. Hopefully y'all listen to this, these 4 tips and points that I want to point out. And if you're doing any of these things, check yourself. Be careful. You might want to lighten up on that, especially if you're in a relationship, a happy relationship, any kind of relationship, because you don't want to give mixed signals, and you never know what the other man is thinking, and you never want to give the wrong impressions. All right, so I will see you on my next video. It's always a blessing talking to y'all. It's always a blessing being here. Thank y'all for coming back, and peace and blessings. See y'all later.